Dr. Campbell.
Hi, Dr. Amy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Tell me, this is lab 2 for you, right?
Yes.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your experience with Animal Chiropractic 101.
101, well, how I got a hold of you, or how I got started in this?
Yeah. Tell me from the beginning a little bit.
Okay. So my wife is very much a horse person, and she's in the cutting industry, and so is her dad, and they're big time cutting. Well, since we've been married and stuff, I never really did much with horses, and I'm at the tail end. Well, I'm not at my tail end. I'm 64 years old, and I'm practicing, and I'm thinking about slowing down in practice. And we're going to a ranch right now where I have a practice. In my hometown, I have the practice, but then I go over to satellite towns and run satellite offices over in there, and we take a mobile office and we go over there. It's on a ranch, and they have a bunch of horses, and my wife rides the horses, and we take care of the horses on the weekend when we're there. And I was walking by, and I just go, I wonder if I could, I know there's horse chiropractors, and I was thinking about doing my technique and stuff on the horses, and it got me interested in on it. So plus the horses started coming up and talking to me, and they got real friendly with me. All of a sudden, I was like important to them, and so I got busy looking for. I figured I should know some anatomy and some neurology and stuff like that. So I went to looking for books and stuff. And then I go, well, maybe I should get a class. And so I went to looking for classes. And the one chiropractic school that had classes, they didn't have anybody answering their phone. And I thought, well, that's kind of typical for a chiropractic college. So actually, I came across A.C.E.S.
Okay.
And I go, well, I'm going to call them up, and I'm going to, I looked at their classes, online. I called them up, and I called up and I talked to Dr. Hayek, and I asked about a couple of books, and she was very helpful. But by the time we were done talking, I couldn't see me going forward without taking the classes. And so in that one conversation, I ended up signing up and getting the wonderful discounts. I mean, you get a scholarship, you get free room and stuff like that when you pay for it all at once. And that way I also got myself committed to get in here and get it done. And that's how I got started. So, okay. And then I came to Lab 1, and having not studied for, the last thing I studied for was like 15 years ago when I went to get my pilot's license, and the time before that it was to go into the specialty that I am in now, and the time before that was college. So it was like getting back to the basics and doing the neuroanatomy and the muscle and all that stuff, and it was just like first quarter at chiropractic school. So it was challenging, and I kind of liken it to getting an old car or any car when you're trying to push it to get started. Is like it took some effort, but once it got rolling, my brain started firing off on most of its cylinders. It was kind of exciting because it wasn't new. It was new, a new species, I was doing it on a different animal, but from the stuff that we learned in school or didn't, it was really great because I was going, man, I can apply this stuff. I can apply this crap to my humans. And I started understanding neuroanatomy even in a deeper level, and the muscles and the origins and the assertions and stuff. And it got me kind of excited, and I studied real hard, and came here and spent the first 4 days, and that was like, you develop a camaraderie with the people that you're with, and just like you did when you were in class at chiropractic school, studying with everybody and just learning, and I went through that and started in on the next class for module 2, and found out because module 1 was like starting that car after it had been sitting there for a while. Well, the car was already running, and I just, boom, I went through it, and I was going, man, I got this done in like 6 weeks, and I was going, well, because of my schedule and things like that, I was kind of looking, saying, can I sneak in module 2? But I waited, and I came here for module 2, and during this one, it was like, not only was it easier to get through the 4 days and that's 10, 12-hour days, no naps. so but it was like you're really getting in, you're doing the cervical region, and the thoracic region was cool, and then now we went through the thoracic lumbar region, we went through the pelvic region, the first one, and it's like, okay, this is really great, and you're going, and it's a very, very fast pace, and you better study up when you're studying and stuff like that. But it just gets you excited, and then when we're sitting around and talking after we've gone through our day, again, like the last class we had last night was practice management. Well, I'm an old tutor. I've been through several coaches and stuff like that, and I'm sitting here listening, and I'm going, I want to go to bed, and then they started talking. I was going, wait a second, and then I whipped out my little papers and I started taking notes, and I was going, that's exciting. I didn't look at that, and it got me thinking. Well, here's the news, folks. I don't think I'm going to be retiring. I think I'm starting a whole new career. So,
awesome.
It is.
So tell me, what was it in that conversation that ignited you, that made you say, oh, I got to do this?
Well, I think it was everything because of the class and the adjustments that we were doing and all that stuff. But the class last night, when you were talking, it was like how many days. This is the same way we calculated it out when I was doing people and stuff. And you got to set your prices, and your prices got to be right, and how much you're going to work, and what you're going to put into it. And I started thinking of the opportunities that I have before me at this time in my life, and I was going, whoa. All of a sudden I was going, I'm not worried about how I'm going to start this. I'm worried about getting too busy, and stuff. And I was going by your formulas and stuff, and I was going, I didn't think of that. And then you do coaching and stuff like that, and I'm going, man, people, if you're starting out, it's like if I was to do it all over again, I would have started out, I would have went to work for somebody that would have coached me, or I would have hired a coach the first day I was out, because you just, it's like you got somebody that you're held accountable to, and I've always worked for myself, but when you have a coach and the coach is keeping you going, and you got your motivation, you want to put a meal on the table, your coach will help you, go from 0 to 60 like that. So it's just, and that was like when you were talking, just the talk that you had with us, I was going, because probably going to move to Texas so I can come down here and bug them more. So.
All right. So it sounds like you're pretty excited and have a plan in place.
I'm getting more of a plan, because in the beginning it was just to fill in. It was like slow down at the practice, the seeing people and stuff like that, and add this as it comes in. And now it's got a lot bigger and stuff because of the opportunities that are going for me. But I didn't get excited about those until I heard you talk last night.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm going to ask you this. How has this affected your relationship at home?
Well, I wouldn't have gotten into it unless, because my wife is a horse person, and that was our first argument. And she goes, what would you know? You're a non-horse person. So when I got into this, it was like, I'm only going to do this if you are my partner and, you know, like my assistant, because you know horses. And I've ridden horses a couple, 3 times, you know, I mean, I'm not, and I'm an animal person, but I'm not anyway. And so our relationship has, it's brought us together, and it's brought us together with her family, because her family's all horse people and stuff. Everyone's excited and stuff like this, so it's been really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for
That was amazing.
Thank you for this wonderful weekend, and you can't go wrong if you're. I mean, even if you're just coming out and you want to just do people and stuff like that, do it. Adding this would be. People come for miles. Then you'll end up building your people practice just by off your being able also having a specialty. It's just exciting. It's taken chiropractic to a whole. You know, I mean, another field, but you're trained and it's getting certification, and it's, you know, it gives you some clout, so that you're not just that animal chiropractor who has a garage and, you know, takes care of a couple puppies and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is definitely the way to go.
Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Thank you.